Hey guys, it's Jeff from Press Your Luck, and I gotta tell you, in now the 7+ years I've been doing this, it's amazing to me that I haven't released a basic fish fillet recipe. Isn't that nuts? It's especially nuts because it is so fast and easy to do in the Instant Pot with only 2 ingredients. And I guess the reason why I haven't done it is because I'm not really a huge fish lover. I love shellfish and I love sushi, but in terms of like regular fish, it's not really my bag. However, I've turned myself into someone who could enjoy it because of this recipe, and how simple and delicious and flavorful it is, and how melted in your mouth like butter that fish is gonna be. In fact, it's so easy. This recipe comes from my super shortcut Instant Pot cookbook, the green one, where you're gonna see every recipe in this book has no more than 10 ingredients for any Instant Pot recipe, and salt and pepper would count for 2 of those 10 ingredients, but many recipes in this book have under 5 ingredients, and this recipe happens to have only 2 ingredients. I call it catch of the day in the book, but here I'm just gonna call it Instant Pot fish fillets. And the reason why I do call it Instant Pot fish fillets or catch of the day is because you can use any kind of fish you wish. Look at that! I love when you rhyme and everything flows so well. It's so nice. You're gonna see how easy this is. We're gonna go right to the Instant Pot and make the most amazing, melt in your mouth delicious fish fillets with just 2 ingredients. Let's do it. Now, the very first thing we want to do is we just want to prep our fish fillets. And the easiest way to do this is to just go to the market and get some fillets of fish. And that could be any kind of fish you want. Here I'm using flounder, but you can use tilapia, that's very popular now. You can use mahi-mahi, you can use salmon, you can use cod, you can use haddock. Whatever you want, I would just strongly recommend that they have no bones in them and they're already filleted. Now for this situation, I'm simply using 4 fillets, but you can use really up to 6 for this recipe. 4 fillets that I got from my market. It was in the frozen section of the seafood department of flounder, and each one was wrapped individually, and I let them thaw according to the package instructions. Make sure they are thawed. You can also thaw them more quickly by running cold water over the fillets, and then make sure they're nice and pliable, and once that happens, they're thawed. But the important thing is no matter what kind of fish you use here, we want to make sure that our fillets are no thicker than 1/4 of an inch to a maximum of 1/2 inch, because otherwise it might not fully cook for the time I'm specifying. Of course, after we're done cooking and we find that it's undercooked, we can also go for a few extra minutes, but we'd rather get it done in one shot, right? So again, you want to make sure your fillets are about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, which is exactly as these came. Now to prepare my Instant Pot to cook our fillets, I want to add 1½ cups of water to the pot. And I want to add in my trivet, or you can use this other trivet that I got, that's a silicone one with a sling, which I think is just easier. And then on the trivet, you want to make sure that you add some parchment paper, like a parchment round, just like that. And then I'm going to, one at a time, lay in my fillets right onto the parchment paper on the sling or trivet. From there, you're going to use any kind of marinade you want, and that's the kind of marinade you get for steaks, chicken, seafood. In this situation, like I'm using a teriyaki one, but you can use a lemon pepper one, you can use a chimichurri one, you can use a honey garlic one, whatever you want. Any flavor will do. And then I'm going to take a silicone brush here. I'm going to use about 1/2 cup to start with the marinade, and then just brush it, paint my fillet with the marinade. See that? I feel like Bob Ross. That'll be in the Whitney someday. And then in a crisscross fashion, I'm gonna lay my other fillet on top. And then paint again. Do the same thing, just repeat this for all the fillets used. Again, you can use really up to 6 of them here. No more than, repeat after me, 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch thick. Okay, and that is literally all I had to do. 2 ingredients, the fish fillets and the marinade of your choice. It is that simple because guess what, folks? It is now time to pressure cook. If you are using the sling, you're gonna fasten it. And then I'm going to secure my lid, make sure that I'm in the sealing position. Now I'm gonna come down to my control panel and I'm gonna hit the pressure cook or manual button, and I'm gonna make sure I'm at 5 minutes at high pressure, and then I'm gonna hit the start button if my model has that. If it doesn't have it, it'll start after a few seconds of doing nothing. And now that we're done pressure cooking, we're gonna finish it off with a quick release. And the pin drop, and that release is going to be pretty quickly. I'm going to remove my lid, and there are my fish fillets. Okay, now I'm just going to remove them and then put them on a plate. and you're gonna see that your fish is gonna be super tender and delicious. If for whatever reason your fish isn't fully cooked by now, although it should be, just pressure cook it again for another 1 to 2 minutes and you should be fine. Now, if you wanna add some extra marinade here at the end, feel free to not use the same kind you were using to brush it on with the same brush before, unless you rinse it off like I did here, or the same marinade where raw fish touched it, but just add some additional on top and then just brush it on to your fish. And voila, there you have it. Pretty much instant fish fillets, done perfectly. All right, let's try this out. And here are my fish fillets, and I am going to try it out right now. And you're gonna see as I cut into this, it literally cuts and almost melts into the fork. Look at this. Look at this beautiful piece of fish, perfectly cooked. And I'm not even a huge fish lover, so let's see how this is gonna be. Here we go. Okay, this is some fish I can get behind. Nothing fishy about this one. It's incredibly delicious. Flounder. It's a nice mild white fish. And of course, make sure, by the way, when you pressure cook this, that there's no skins on the fish. It's easier when they're all off. Now you can serve it over rice, you can serve it with veggies, you can even put it into a pasta, whatever you want to do here, it's up to you. Or you can just, of course, just eat it on its own. It is delicious and it's healthy. Guilt-free eating right here. The fish is tender, melt in your mouth, delicious. It almost tastes like I'm eating the inside of a fish stick, but without the breading on it, you know? So it's a little less guilty there. In fact, I have no guilt eating this at all because it's fish. It's good for you. Perfectly cooked. Mwah! Magnificent. If you enjoy this very recipe that you can find in this very book, my super shortcut Instant Pot cookbook, right here, it's known as Catch of the Day there, check out all my other cookbooks, because I have 4 of them right now. In addition to the super shortcut book known as the green one, I also have the blue one, which is a lighter book, the yellow one, which is a simple comforts book, comfort food, and the original orange one, which is my first baby. And I also have another book coming out that has nothing to do with the Instant Pot, it's all pastas. And that comes out in September of 2024, and it's the easiest and most delicious pastas you'll ever make, hassle-free, for the cook with no time at all. And also, for people who've never cooked a day in their life, it's that simple. Like all my recipes are, check out PressureLuckCooking.com because tons, and I mean hundreds if not thousands at this point of recipes are on my blog. And yeah, check me out on the socials, facebook.com/PressureLuckCooking. Make sure you like that page. And at PressureLuckCooking on my YouTube, Instagram, and all that other stuff. Thank you so much again for watching. And the next time you're trying to watch your figure a little bit and you want to make a really delicious dish, well, go to the market and grab some really delicious fillets of fish. It is delicious, my friends. Enjoy it. Great.